Retro Mike, you asked. I was watching SmackDown and saw CM Punk attacking Jeff Hardy. It was the only great point of the WWE. Since his heel turn is complete, I hope the WWE doesn't screw this up. What are your thoughts about the complete heel turn for CM Punk? My thoughts on CM Punk's heel turn, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. I mean, it's definitely something new on WWE TV, which we don't get to see that much of. I mean, let's be honest. And truth be told, I actually started watching a little bit of SmackDown again just because I wanted to see CM Punk cutting straight-edge promos on Jeff Hardy. I really like what they've been doing with his character recently. I think he could be booked a little more strongly than he is right now. But Punk as the top heel is great for SmackDown, and he's really helping to fill the void left by Edge. I just wish they hadn't taken the belt off of him so soon. And yeah, it facilitated his heel turn, but it's not really a secret at this point that Jeff Hardy is leaving after SummerSlam. So to put the belt on him when he's about to take off is just pointless. But yeah, I think taking Jeff Hardy down will definitely put Punk over the way he needs to be as the top heel. So I'm really looking forward to that. So yay Punk, boo Hardy. Thanks for your question. Guys, I may need some help here because I'm a little confused. Recently, the quality of the TNA product seemed to have really gone downhill. I mean, even more so than usual. Impact in general was not good at all. Victory Road was terrible. And Hard Justice looks like it has the potential to be even worse. And just when I'm starting to feel like I've had it up to here with TNA's bullcrap, they turn around and deliver the best Impact show in I don't know how long. Seriously, I don't know what the hell happened this week, but good God, those were 2 damn entertaining hours of pro wrestling television. And I've been racking my brain ever since trying to figure out how the same creative team that gave us the crap fest we had last week, not to mention that abortion of a Victory Road pay-per-view, could write this show where there were so many improvements that I don't even know where to begin. Here's what I'm thinking. There was a report that came out after Dixie Carter sent Jeff Jarrett home that at the most recent TV tapings, Vince Russo was pitching some new ideas, new storylines or whatever, that Jarrett would normally shoot down. Now, for all the criticism this man gets, Vince Russo has always been a proponent of pushing younger guys and elevating new talent. For the last 10 months, that has not been happening. Instead, it's been the exact opposite. A bunch of aging veterans reliving their glory days of the NWO at the expense of the entire roster, blah, blah, blah. We've been through that 100 times. Now, I don't know which member of the writing team has been spearheading this thing, but Jeff Jarrett was head of creative, so the blame has to fall on him. So then Jeff Jarrett is removed from creative, he goes home, Dixie's firing people in his inner circle backstage, and now all of a sudden, they're strapping a rocket to Hernandez. He's saying he's going to be the first Latino TNA World Champion. This new mid-card heel faction of young guys is aligned with the main event Mafia, actually getting a rub from them instead of getting buried. The Motor City Machine Guns are back on TV. Huge positive changes happening all at the same time. So my question is, was this stuff planned to happen all along? Or is it happening because Jeff Jarrett was taken out of the writer's room? I'm honestly not sure, because with this taping schedule that they're doing right now, they basically had a whole month's worth of TV written before Jeff got sent home. Now, obviously, some pretty big rewrites then had to happen because, I mean, let's face it, Jeff gives himself a lot of screen time. So, right now, I'm really wondering what these shows looked like before all those rewrites happened. And I think the next set of TV tapings will be very telling about where this goes, because those will be the first shows written completely without the influence of Jeff Jarrett and Dutch Mantell, who was Jarrett's right-hand guy, apparently. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really enjoying the show a lot more with Jeff Jarrett being gone. I mean, with him gone, there's a lot more screen time available for other people. You know, like I said before, Jeff always books himself as the focal point of the show. He just can't seem to resist that temptation for some reason. Remember in the match to choose the captains for Lethal Lockdown from a few months ago, where it came down to Kurt Angle, Scott Steiner, and Hernandez? You know, it looked like it was going to be Hernandez's big moment, but then they pinned him in like 60 seconds. and then Jeff Jarrett hobbled back to the ring with a leg injury and then pinned Steiner when it was 2-on-1. Remember what absolute bullcrap that was? And look what happened this week. Sting, Mick Foley, Bobby Lashley are getting beaten down, and then Hernandez runs off the entire main event Mafia by himself. So the big question we need to be asking ourselves is, does the absence of Jeff Jarrett make that big a difference? I expect we'll have a pretty good idea in a couple weeks. Anyway, there were 3 bad things about Impact this week. Number 1, the main event. It was great to see a young guy facing Sting in the main event, but they only gave this thing like 6 minutes. And I swear to God, 80% of this match took place during the commercial break. They wrestled for a minute or two, they went to a commercial, they came back from the commercial, and then 30 seconds later the match was over. Absolutely asinine placement of your last commercial break. I really felt bad for Brutus Magnus. I mean, I'm sure that's not how he hoped this would play out when he talked about this match in that UK Sun interview. Number 2, according to the spoilers, there was supposed to be this thing at the end of that huge brawl where the Motor City Machine Guns held up the tag team titles, and we didn't get to see that for some reason. That pissed me off. You know, I got really excited when I read that in the spoilers, and I hope this was just a case of the production crew missing it because there was so much other stuff going on. I mean, this damn well better mean that the Machine Guns are getting a title shot soon. Hopefully at Bound for Glory. Please, please, Bound for Glory, that would be awesome. And number 3, Kip James made an appearance. Those were the 3 bad things about the show. As for everything else, I really don't have any complaints. I mean, that huge brawl that they had in the middle of the show was insane, crazy, chaotic, totally out of control, and hands down one of the most fun segments they've ever done on Impact. I mean, it starts out as just this normal brawl, but then it escalated and escalated until it turned into this huge freaking riot all over the arena with almost everyone in the roster tearing each other to pieces. This thing went on for like 15 minutes. And finally they have the cops show up to disperse everything. I mean, holy crap. I mean, I can honestly say I have never seen anything quite like that on a wrestling show before. And I mean that in a good way. I mean, that's the crazy thing. And if stuff like this is the result of Jeff Jarrett being gone, then why the hell didn't they get him out of there sooner? Seriously. The World Elite aligning with the Main Event Mafia. Instead of the veterans completely burying the young stars to get themselves over, we had the veterans actually giving a rub to a group of young stars and helping them to get over. Wow. What a concept. You know, I'm not crazy about some of the guys in this World Elite group, but the fact that the writers went as far as to have them not get buried by the Main Event Mafia and actually get a rub from them means that they must really be serious about pushing this group of young guys, and that can only be a good thing. The only really huge problem with the World Elite group is their entrance music. That is some of the worst entrance music I have ever heard in my life. It is terrible. Absolutely terrible. You get a group of anti-American international heels coming out to this generic redneck harmonica thing. I could beat a couple trash can lids together and come up with a better song than that. Get them new entrance music for the love of God. Also, we had a terrific Knockouts tag match with Sarita and Taylor versus Alyssa and Tracy. Great action from the women here. Very impressive. I love that Melissa has finally been set free. That warms my heart, seriously. And Sarita is just a joy to watch. I will never get tired of watching that woman wrestle. She's such an exciting performer. I mean, she's only had 3 matches so far, and I'm already way more interested in her than I am with Tara. And then we had Christopher Daniels and Eric Young. We had AJ Styles and Matt Morgan, both kind of short, but still really good matches. So overall, we had a kick-ass Riot segment, a great women's match, young guys being featured, young guys being elevated all of a sudden. TNA delivered the goods this week. This was a great show. Now, one good show is not going to turn the entire product around. It's not going to get me to take these shades off, and it's certainly not going to convince me to order Hard Justice, because Hard Justice still looks like absolute garbage. But it's something. So you did good with Impact this week, TNA. Now let's see if you can do 2 in a row.